All right, gang, welcome back to our one-tile challenge here on Calm Lands. It's February. It appears last episode I was having issues with the grass, right? Still, it's not growing, as you can clearly see. From what I looked up online, I should say, there either is some kind of a bug with rolling and mowing, and or the grass is not going to grow back until after the winter months are over, similar to the bees go in hibernation. But that doesn't make sense because I feel like we mowed the grass in the winter months last time, but I don't know. Anyway, right now it's not growing, so I'm hoping March, April comes around, it will start growing again. We might end up actually just taking away some of this today and turn it into a field because, again, we don't need all of this grass moving forward. So we might do that, but we will see. I'm also probably going to slightly bend my own personal rule. It's not really a rule for the series at all. I'm going to maybe do February and March in this episode. Just because there's very little for us to do. And by very little, I mean there's basically nothing for us to do today in February. We're not going to be able to mow anything. The only thing we can mow is this stuff here that we didn't mow in the last episode, this by our track, right? And then maybe just kind of cleaning up the yard a little bit, making it look kind of like this area across the board. That's really the only thing we can do in February. There's nothing for us to do. So because of that reason, and because I don't want to do a video just for that, because that would be pretty pointless, we are going to, we're going to allow myself, and that didn't work at all, did it? Why did that not let me pick up both of those at the same time? Weird. I probably should have a counterweight on, though, if I'm going to do that anyway, so let me back up and grab that. Anyway, due to the fact that there is just nothing for us to do, I'm going to allow myself to slightly bend the rule and jump from February to March in this episode. I think we did okay in the last episode trying to kind of stretch out, not having a whole lot to do, but 2 of those in a row, I don't think that's really the smartest thing for us to do. Wow, this is much heavier. Wow, look at this. Even my counterweight is... Whoa. That's not what I expected, I'm going to be honest with you. That's very much not what I expected at all. Okay, well. At least I'm able to move them over here. May not be perfect, but we'll move them anyway. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here for the most part. All things considered, they are good. We have another pallet of fine salt over there, so we will take a look at it. I don't know. We probably shouldn't sell it, but we'll take a look at it anyway, just to see. Because why not? Before we jump to March. Fine salt. Yeah, it's pretty much the worst time to sell it, although the price really isn't that bad. But since we're going to jump to March anyway, we might as well wait, right? We might as well wait. There's no reason not to. Our productions and everything, for the most part, everything is good there. We've got a little bit of grass that's still trying to chew through, but we got that silage we can sell, which we are going to do. Now, I could just turn on the silage to auto-selling here. I might end up doing that, save ourselves a little bit of time. I don't think we make as much money, though. I think somebody told me that you get a little bit of a bonus for selling things at your own production sell point, or your own sell point, which I didn't even realize that was a thing now, but evidently it is. So it might be beneficial for us to actually sell it there and get a bit of a bonus if that's truly the case, versus just selling it outright from the production itself. So I guess we'll go ahead and do that, because why not? We don't have anything else to do in February, and then we can jump to March, and we'll see what we can get into in March. Now, as far as March goes, it's going to be probably a similar situation, honestly. There's not going to be a ton for us to do. If we look at the planting season here, the calendar here, we do have a few other things that can be put in the ground in the next month. Specifically, oat can be put in the ground, which is nice. We've got something that we can actually do. So we probably will do that. There's really no reason for us not to. I've talked about I want to put some rice, long grain rice, or regular rice into our rice field here. But if we're going to put the regular rice, which is really the goal for that one, we don't have enough money to harvest it, right? And I looked at the harvesting season here for regular rice, and it is a fast turnaround. If we put it in April, we could essentially harvest it in August, or we could wait till September. But 4 or 5 months most for us to be able to save up $100,000. Not feeling very confident that we would actually be able to do that, right? I mean, maybe we could. I don't know. But I'm not very confident in that. So more than likely what's going to happen is we are going to take away part of this field over here. Since the grass isn't mowing anyway, we might as well do something with it for now. So we'll take away this section here, wasted a little bit of fertilizer, but it might give us that first application of fertilizer since it already has it on the ground and it was grass. It might give us that, so it may be a wash. But either way, we'll probably turn this field, or at least part of this field, into another cereal crop field, and we'll put some oat in there. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Things are good here. We've got another full pallet of wool over there, which is awesome. Again, wool's not good to sell right now, but we've got another full pallet of wool anyway, nonetheless. We don't really have anything else to sell. We might want to top off the chickens with the remaining wheat that we have, if they will accept it. They might not accept all of it, but we probably should do that. Just to kind of give you a ballpark here, the wool... It's not good till April, so we're coming closer to it. It's getting better. It's almost $1,000, so it is getting better. But we really want to get that full amount out of that wool, if at all possible. Now, I'm having a hard time finding anything that is, well, I guess realistic for making clothes from the wool. We've got the Grandma's house, Grandma's Knitwear, which I've mentioned before. I like to think there's a bunch of grannies in there just working away, making clothes. But anyway, I love that production. I do think it's a little unrealistic, though. It does produce, those grannies produce the clothes pretty quickly. So as much as I would like to utilize it, I don't think we're going to be able to in this series. I'm doing the best I can here to try to keep our productions very much limited. I don't want to speed through this at all. This is supposed to be a hard challenge on purpose. That's why everything is on. Everything. So, yeah. As much as I would like to put it down, and that would actually be able to turn around and make us a lot of money quickly, it seems a little unrealistic for me. Maybe I'll look at it a little bit more. Maybe I'm off. But I mean, we use it a lot, and I'm pretty positive it's unrealistic. Still have 3 bales of grass there, so clearly 3 bales of grass is plenty, even with 13 sheep, unless we've gained more. We might have gained more by now. Nope, still 13. So 3 bales of grass is plenty, and they also have the meadow grass too, so they're doing good. No honey yet. Obviously, the bees are probably going to come out of hibernation in March, maybe April. We could maybe work a little bit around our new little tiny mini house here. Very weird, though, the whole grass situation. It seems like there's a lot of people that have that issue online, but most of the comments I saw were from a couple of months ago, so I would have thought it would have been fixed by now. But I guess it's not. So when we're done with this last bit of silage here, we'll go ahead and jump to March, and we'll see what we can get into. This should get us closer to 30 grand again, which is good. We'll see if any of the grass comes back too. I doubt it, but we'll look and see. So we should be just short of 30 grand here. Yeah, about a little over $1,500 under the 30 grand mark. Still, that's a good amount of money for silage, man. That's good. That's a good income. Let's go ahead and jump to March, and we'll see what we get into. Okay, we are in March, and there you go. Right there, you can clearly see that the grass has started to grow here. So it's something to do with the winter months. It's a little weird, but there's something to do with that. Now, we can harvest this section over here today, which probably wasn't what we're going to be doing, honestly. Since this is now starting to grow, I don't necessarily know if it's the smart approach for us to be able to take that away and turn it into an oat field. I guess we will. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to lose that, right? It's not going to make that much money for us. I'd love to do cotton. Again, the harvester for that is outrageous. I did install a mod for cotton, by the way, and it is slightly cheaper, but when I say slightly cheaper, it's it's nowhere near within a realm of being able to be something we could get, though, because you can see they're $485 and $847 out the box. I did install one for $376, so while it's $100,000 off, and that's no slouch of a discount, it's still $376,000. Our rice harvester, 95 grand, not cheap. The planter's 25.5. So we got a couple of options, I guess. There, the rice is really where I'd like to go. I think. I would really like to go that approach, and I think if we mow all this grass up, let's think about this for a minute. If we mow this grass up, we're going to get another $10,000 for each one of those, so there's 40. I don't know. We probably won't make it. Now that I think about it, we probably won't make it. Let me move the crawfish out of the way here. Actually, is the crawfish today? Is it today that we sell the crawfish, or is it April? If it's today, that's great, because that's going to make us a lot of money, and then maybe we can start thinking about some of that other stuff. It's technically April and May. The price is not terrible, but we are still around, give or take, 400 and some odd change off where we need to be. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll watch it as we carry along here. We don't have any flour of salt. I would love to have that, but again, I don't think the flour of salt's a good time either. No, it's September, which we kind of knew, right? Fine salt, again, not great there either, but... Okay, let me move these out of the way. All right, they're over there, not perfectly stacked, but they're over there nonetheless. The honey has started as well, so that's good. We've got some honey going, so happy about that. Almost have a full pallet of eggs there, which is also good. We really haven't used that bucket since. We probably should get rid of it, but it's really not worth that much, so I don't know. Maybe it's not really worth getting rid of either. I'm going to set this there for right now. So I'm going to take away some of the grass here. We are going to put oat in. I'm going to take part of the grass field away and make it into an actual oat field. I want to get some oat in the ground, since it's the time for us to do so. Now I'm going to take away over here on this quadrant. Just going to plow it up. Like I said, we should get a bit of a yield bonus here. It should have a fertilization level to it. It does, 100% fertilized. So yeah, we're good. Okay. We actually don't even need to utilize the drill we have. We won't need to put the application of fertilizer down, but I need to look at something for the stones here. The problem, I mean, maybe we can try that bucket and see if we'll be able to pick up the stones off the ground. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. But maybe we can do that and give it a shot today. That's something we haven't done yet. We really need to figure it out. I'm gonna have to separate this out, because it's gonna think it's one field. If I ever want to, utilize a worker or anything like that, I'm not saying I want to, but if I ever want to utilize a worker of any sort, I'm gonna have to change this. So I think maybe if we just spray paint a little grass on the ground, it should do the trick. I kind of want to keep it in line with this. So something like there. I'm gonna run up the end here, and this is not the most elegant thing in the world, so I will kind of do most of this off camera. But I'm gonna run up here and kind of separate this out into two different fields. It's still gonna be quite a large grass field. This is not gonna be the biggest field here, but it will kind of align with this one, right? Which I think is good. So I'll go ahead and take care of this off camera. I'll be right back with you. Okay, we're done. I can go clean that up a little bit. I'll probably put just some of the basic meadow grass into here. Just so that's a little bit separated, right? So I'll put some of that down. But we've got that line, and it's a perfect straight line, which is really what I wanted. So let's go ahead and turn on the steering assist here, just so we can keep this thing going on the straight and narrow. All right, good. So yeah, I mean, the bucket we have, it should be able to pick them up, but I've had issues in the past trying to utilize a bucket to pick up rocks off the ground. So, I mean... it says it can pick them up. But I don't know, man. I might expand this out a little bit more, too. As you can see down there, we do have the ability to move a little bit further down this way. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's just do it right now. We've got that as kind of a marker to help us out, right? I don't want to go too close, but... something like that, I think. That's not going to really make that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things. I'll repaint that area that I screwed up on. But it'll be a little bit more, you know, maybe another 50 liters, something like that, maybe. As long as we do it, you know, properly. I'm going to expand this one a little bit, too. Certainly not a huge expansion by any means, but... that will work. I'm going to leave that little corner there because I talked about, you know, making working on that area a little bit, you know, painting it and stuff. We haven't done that yet, but I had talked about it. So we're going to leave that one there as it is. Let me go through here really quick, and I'm just going to touch this up right now before I forget about it. So you will get to see a little bit, I guess. Perfect. Perfect. Don't go too far. Don't go too far and hit that other field. Okay, I think we're good. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this plowed up, and then I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try the bucket and see if it works. I don't think it's going to, but I'm gonna try the bucket and see if it works. I didn't think it was going to work, but I wanted to give it a shot anyway, so... Yeah, we're going to have to figure out something else for the stones, and I think we know what we're going to need, and they are not cheap. So hopefully we get lucky in the used market at some point. I doubt it, but, you know, that's really the only way that's going to work. So we'll probably be getting rid of this bucket. Now, I can use the bucket for this, though. You know, just fill it up with some wheat and then take it over here and dump it, but... I mean, I don't really need that, right? I've got the trailer. I can go the trailer approach. It's not that big of a deal. I think the problem here is I might dump too much in here, right? Okay, there we go. Well, I guess for now we'll leave the bucket, I guess, for now. I mean, I want to sell it, but we've talked about selling it a lot, but it's just not worth anything. It's like $200. Like, maybe if we're in a spot where, like, we're just $200 short, then okay, fine. Maybe then I'll sell it then, but, I mean, it's just not worth anything. $497. I might get $650 out of it, maybe. So maybe if we're in a pinch, then maybe it's a little bit more than $200. So maybe if we're in a pinch, we'll sell it then. But there's just no reason to sell it right now. There's no point. I'm gonna drop this off. I'll hook all this up. I'm gonna get the drill out here, and we'll go ahead and start putting some oat in the ground there. Okay, so I was just up here at the shop, gang. We needed some more fertilizer and seed. We really had very little fertilizer, if any. It was like 20 liters. Seed, we had a little bit more, but we might as well just buy them both while we were up here. So I went ahead and purchased that. I was talking to the shop, man, there is a great deal out there, and I'm kind of considering it. Now, it's a used piece of machinery. We already have it. So here we go. We have our Massey Ferguson harvester out here for sale in the used market. It's 53% off. It has 18 months on it. I'm very much tempted to buy this. Extension, we want the extension. We have it on ours, right? Yeah, I think that's what we have set up, I think. So maybe it wouldn't be as cheap if that's what we have. I don't know. Hold on, let me look. Let me see what we have. We have this. 3,500. It might not actually have it on there, now that I'm seeing that. I don't think it does. It does have it. It does have it. I don't know what that one does. What's the difference of that? Oh, it gives you more gas. That's all that does. Okay. So $7,835 is what it would cost us if we were to sell ours that we have currently. Oh, quick autosave here. Well, we got 10,000 right now. We'd probably get 11 to 12 out of it. I mean, an extra $5,000 wouldn't really. It'd be good, right? It wouldn't really get us to anywhere else, but it would be good to have. We're going to have to think about that one today as we go along the day. That might be something we might want to consider doing. It would increase our technical amount of money we have in the bank account. It wouldn't change anything specifically. We'd still have the same stuff that we do now. It just would be a harvester that is, well, 9 months older than the one we currently have, or 9 months of use on it more than the one we have. We would need to service it, though, as soon as we bought it, so that would probably drop it down a lot. We'd probably only end up netting around $3-ish grand. Is it worth it? It's iffy. Maybe? I don't know. I'm going to think about it some more. Let me get all this back here. I'm going to get the seed drill filled up, and I'll meet you over here on the field. Okay, we are underway here, gang. I got these filled up. Obviously, the fertilizer didn't fill it up to max, but that's okay. We don't really need it. This is going to be plenty for what we have to do here. We'll probably end up eventually unloading it for the, doing another application of fertilizer, etc. Now, really, we don't need the fertilizer on this field, but there's really no way for me to, I guess, actually, now that I say that, I guess I could just unload the fertilizer, right? Because it's already 100% fertilized. So I think I'm just wasting fertilizer right now. I'm going to do that. We're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. It should be fine. It should be. I'm going to attempt this. Okay, we're back. This is working, so we should be good here, gang. We shouldn't need to... Well, I'm completely off my line here now, but... this should be all we need. Since it's already got the fertilizer on the ground, there should be no reason for us to be able to have to put more fertilizer down again. So I guess I didn't necessarily need to buy that pallet of fertilizer today, but we're going to need it soon anyway, so what's the difference? It's fine. We wasted $2,000 on a pallet of fertilizer. We could have held off on it and had it later on, but I mean, we're going to need it eventually, so it doesn't make that big of a difference. Now, I'm not going to mow the grass here today. In this episode, we mowed in the last episode. We'll mow the grass field over here in the next episode. These likely will be caught up by then. I'm probably going to split these in half again, more than likely, and make them two separate grass fields. Because we really didn't take that much grass field away. We really didn't. Plus, it still has that weeded grass right there we can mow anyway, right? So we really didn't take away that much if you factor in the weeded grass field plus that. I'm glad I thought about that before I did the whole field with solid fertilizer in here. It's just it's a habit more than anything, right? It's a habit to have the solid fertilizer in here and just go through the field, but it worked out though. It worked out, right? It worked out. So okay, good. So I'm still thinking about that harvester though, gang. I think we're going to hold off. Although, like I said, it would be a bit of an increase, right? It would be certainly an increase for us in funds. We would basically be downgrading our machine to one that's much older and would be susceptible to more service needed, right? Yeah, I think we hold off. There's this out here, but it's a little expensive still. And it's battery operated. It would mean we could get rid of the front loader and all of that if we bought that. But that would take up all the money we have. And really, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to accomplish that goal today, right? We're trying to save as much money as we can so we can work on putting down another production, because that's what I want to do next, is get another production out here on the farm. I know exactly the one I want to put down. Well, I know the two that I want to put down. The one we've talked about, the other one I haven't said anything about it yet. I'm not going to. I want to leave it kind of as a suspenseful surprise, right? You're going to have to continue to stay tuned and check in to see what it is whenever that time comes, because it will be put down on the farm at some point. We just don't have enough money for it yet. I think once we get to the point where we can sell the crawfish, we might be able to get there today if we sold the crawfish today. We kind of talked about the crawfish earlier, right? Now the price is not terrible. Is it the best price? No. But it's not bad. If it meant we could get there, let me see. We need the one I want to put in. It's going to cost us 45 grand. Not cheap. So obviously that's not the road salt one. Let's see. $3,379. I mean, how many do we have over there? 4, 5, 7? Do we have 7 pallets? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 6. I think we have 6 pallets. How much do we have in storage? Not enough to get another pallet today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we have 7. We have 7. That actually might get us there if we sold all of them today. It would mean that we don't make as much money when, you know, 2 months from now when they're the actual best to sell, when they get about $500 more per. Lots of things to think about here, gang. We have a lot of things to think about. Probably absolutely could get there if we decided to go back to the approach of getting rid of our harvester and making a slight downgrade to an older one of the same exact model. Might do it in the next episode. Because this episode, we're adding a new field, right? We're putting a new oat field in here. Next episode, we're just going to be doing mowing again. So maybe we do it in the next episode. Because we still have to roll this field. So that's going to take a little bit of time. Alright, the last thing we need to do here, gang, is put some lime down on that field. Here you go. As you can see, 22 liters of solid fertilizer. I told you there wasn't much in here. And there's not. So, we need to go buy some lime. We don't have any lime. I'm going to go ahead and hook back up to this. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably buying a similar approach that we did last time. I'm not sure we'll utilize as much as we did in the last time we did the lime, but 2 pallets probably, right? And fill up the one as much as possible into the hopper, and then kind of hold the other 2 on the front here with the forks, and hopefully get most, if not the entire field done with those 2 pallets. So let's head on up there. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it from here. Normally I would go into the shop owner and talk about it, but let's just buy it from here. I am going to buy the elliptical, even though we probably won't need to pick it up at all. But just in case I need to do something off camera, it makes it easier on myself to have it in the elliptical format. We won't ever do that when we're on camera, obviously, unless something is severely stuck and I have to do it that way. Otherwise, it's always going to be the traditional way, utilizing the forks and etc. Whoops. Came in a little bit too hot there. Okay. Well, I thought last time I was able to do that. Maybe I'm not going to be able to do it this time. Maybe they made an update and fixed that. I swear last time I could continue to fill up the hopper here. Whoops. While the pallets were on the front forks. Maybe I didn't have them tipped back far enough like that? I don't know. Nope. Still not allowing me to do it. Weird. I swear we did that last time. Oh well. I'll just stick these over here next to the edge of the field, and we can just head back there and fill up when we need to. Decided I'm going to hold off. I know I was kind of being a little wishy-washy there on if I was going to put down the production or not. Let's just hold off to the next month. The crawfish prices will be better anyway. We've got enough going on here with this field, and we should be able to at that point put down the production I want to put down, which is going to be good, right? That's more money, more profit incoming for us. Let me go ahead and get this set up here. We're underway. 2 pallets should be enough for this. We might have a situation like that field down there where we have a tiny little strip down the middle that's not going to have lime on it, but I guess I could go the other way with my with the driving here, right? I guess I could go that way to remove that, but we wouldn't be able to utilize the steering assist if we did that. And I'd probably waste some too. Yeah, there's going to be a little strip down the middle. That's all right. We might do a little touch-up work on that strip if we have any lime left. May or may not have any lime left. So we weren't able to get the entire length of it done with the one hopper of lime. So we'll see what we have left, and then if there's not enough to do that middle line, there's not enough to do the middle line. It is what it is. We can always try to, next time that, you know, we're ready to drill or whatever, we can always put the lime down the middle that time. Because you don't need to put lime down every single time. Yeah, we're going to have enough to at least do some of the middle. I might as well go ahead and do it. Shouldn't be much left in here. Yeah, 50 liters. Kind of what I thought. Very small amount. We'll splash and dash on the way back. All right. That's done. And with that, we're going to leave the episode at this point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff helps me a ton. Like I said, next episode, we're going to have a new production we are going to put down. I'm very excited about it. Probably as excited as I was when we put down our salt production. It has nothing to do with salt, though. Nothing to do with salt. But I'm very excited about it. The bees are going now, which is great. Things are good, man. Things are really good. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.